Yo, what's up YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. So you have to believe it's already been a year since I picked up this Panamera GTS. I've lived with it every single day. I have close to 2,000 plus miles on it. Honestly, my opinion about this car has changed quite a bit since the last video we did on it. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys straight as it is, the good, the bad, and the most expensive part about owning this car. And we'll see if it's worth it, if it's something that if someone out there wants to buy the car, he will get my opinion right as it is. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it, guys.
All right, guys, so let's talk about the daily driving of this car. So most people see Porsches and think it's just for the weekends, but I've been using this car every day. The V8 is incredible, obviously, but man, the car is thirsty. Living here in California, the gas bills are a real thing. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. However, the air suspension of this car, now that's the real MVP. I mean, I can drop it low, I can put it higher or medium, my height. Currently right now, this is my ride height, preferred ride height. It's kind of the sweet spot for me between sporty driving and comfort driving, right? It's not too stiff. You definitely will feel this car when you're driving on the freeway. For me personally, this is the best commuter car I've ever had or owned. Though the car is very long, you could definitely see, for you to go out, you have to factor in where you're going, because to squeeze this car into a parking spot in a grocery store, yeah, that's always something to consider, because you don't want people parking next to you depending on where you're going, right? And that's always something that you have to consider with this car. I think that I'll probably say that's the only caveat. Anyways, so personally, I love this car. It's an amazing looking car. I would take this car over any other hatchback or wagon out there, for me personally. Now the carbon ceramic of this car, now that deserves a different topic altogether. It's simply amazing. All right, I know you guys want to hear the actual cost of owning this thing a year in. Let's pop the hood first, and I can show you guys the engine while we're talk numbers. Yeah, I love this engine. Anyways, so far for maintenance, I've kept it simple. I've only done the regular oil change, replaced the interior and engine air filter. In all fairness, the car only has 33,000 miles on it, so it really only need basic service at this point. Nothing too crazy or shabby yet. But when it comes to the gas, man, that's where the real money goes. I did the math for the last 2,300 miles I've driven so far, and at California price, I spent right around $700-800 just on gas. Now, that's the price you pay for this V8 soundtrack every morning. I mean, it's definitely not a Prius. For the performance you get, yeah, I'm not really complaining. I mean, I enjoy every bit of this car. The gas, yeah, that's probably gonna be the only factor you have to think about before you make the decision to buy this big boy. All right, guys, I need to spend a minute on the color of this car. Honestly, it's the best part of the whole car. Copper ruby metallic is just wild. Most of the time, especially when it's cloudy or getting dark, it looks like this deep, classy maroon color. It's not loud or shouting for attention. It's just look high-end, but in a quiet and low-key way. It gives the car that expensive look without being flashy. But then the California sun hits the paint, man, everything changes. It's like completely different car. You start seeing all this bright copper, purple tone popping out from under the surface. It goes from a dark berry color to bright ruby. I've literally caught myself just standing in the parking lot, walking around and looking it from different angle just to see if when the light hits the curve. It's basically amazing. I can't even explain that in words. I love the color of this car. So here's a tip for anyone looking to buy one. All I can say is go for it. You know, black, silver, white, those are very boring paints. Now, if you're spending that kind of money to buy a car like this, you want to remind yourself in the first place what makes the car special for you. It makes you happy whenever you walk up to the car and see the paint. Always stand out. One of the things that really stands out the second you open the door is the high quality material Porsche uses here. The way they combine real carbon fiber. I like the design of the carbon fiber. I like that line over there. The material they use for the leather, the chalk and black combination with the stitching. It matches the copper ruby exterior perfectly, and it really makes the cabin pop. When you see this car packed and look inside, you could just tell this is what you call high quality interior. Everything you see, you touch, feel quite expensive. And it's the same story in the back seat. If you look at the door, the same high quality material, carbon fiber with the design and amazing quality. Yeah, you could actually feel it to the touch. There's literally no plastic. I think this is the only plastic here at the back seat. And now that's the air vent. And one other thing is the central climate control system here. It has the heated and cool seats. That's amazing experience for the back passengers. You know, talk about luxury. Now, this is what luxury means. It's experience for everybody in this car. Simply amazing. Don't you think so? And I can't forget to mention the hidden features. Here it is. Soft close door. You don't have to slam the door. Just let the car do its thing, and it's very satisfying. Now let's jump in the car. I'll show you guys the rest. Taking a look inside, Porsche created what I call a digital cockpit. It's very clean. I like the sleek design, and honestly, this feels like more you are in a flight deck than a car. The design, the form factor are just great. There's no other word to describe this car. It's kind of the interior that you look and you know this is going to age very well. Most manufacturers out there, yeah, they are losing their touch on interior designs. I really love the layout of this dashboard, guys. Everything is right at your fingertip. You don't have to take your eyes off the road to reach for a setting or change a dial. I like that a lot. In most new cars today, everything is buried in a touchscreen. While I'm personally not a fan of it, I still prefer the physical buttons. It's just easier. I mean, call me old school or whatnot, but it's easier, faster, much safer while you're driving. Right. So another thing is the look and feel of these buttons right here. Like, I like that a lot. Like, listen to the clicking sound. Now, that's Porsche for you. It just screams premium. Even the volume button has a high-end tackle click to it. I mean, they don't make this anymore. They don't build car this quality anymore. Yeah, it's crazy. And that's the suspension stiffness button. I talked about that in my previous video. Now, let's talk about the climate control, guys. This is where people have a lot of opinion. This auto vent can only be adjusted through the screen, unfortunately. Some people think it's over engineering, and I agree with them. Just something else that can break. Personally, it doesn't bother me. I just set the angle that, you know, the air blows to me perfectly and I leave it alone. But I totally see why people find it unnecessary. That's definitely, yeah, over engineering. I agree with them 100%. One of my favorite feature in this car is this dial right here on the steering wheel. I mentioned this in my last video. This is how you toggle between all the modes. You move on sports, and you can hear the exhaust. Sports plus, exhaust is louder. Individual, even louder. You know, most days I'm in a sports mode, but for this video, we'll keep it on the normal mode. We can also dive in the screen. You could adjust the modes here. You know, have the sports plus, individual. And this is how you change the chassis. It's currently on sports plots, and you can also switch the chassis from here as well. And this is the ride height. You have low, regular. I always leave it on regular height, you know, for the most part. Of the exhaust, you know, the exhaust system is also by default. It opens up when you're on sports plus, but you can also, you know, click this and it changes the sounds as well for you, so you can see on the display. Now on the spoiler, if you're going over 60 miles per hour, the wing pops up, and if you're going below 60 miles, it goes down. But you could actually check this button if you want it up all the time. So that's amazing feature. Overall, the interior is just a win for me, right? Everything here speaks quality. I like the steering wheel. It's a sporty design, the amazing quality. Here is the carbon fiber material. You know, overall, everything in this car speaks premium, and I love it. I mean, nothing beats Porsche classiness and timeless design. Now I understand when they say Porsche builds timeless design cars.
All right, so speaking of the practicality of this car, let's take a look at the trunk space. Okay. So firstly, let's talk about the lift gate. So Porsche has, you know, what they call Porsche Comfort Access. So basically, let's say if you're coming out from grocery store, your hands are full, so you're able to use your foot, and there you go. I guess second time is a charm. So this is really good on those use cases I just mentioned, like, you know, your hands, or maybe your keys in the pocket or in the bag, in your bag, you know, and that's ease of use. So this trunk space is on paper is 18.3 cubic feet, I believe, and with the seats down, it's about 20 liters. Basically, this is a lot of space. Now, this is one of the reasons why I love this car. The practicality of this is amazing. Like, basically, you know, for those of you that play golf, this is going to be very useful. And if you're traveling with family, yeah, 4 or 5 luggages can fit in here easily with the seats up. Now with the seats down, the rear seats, that's a whole lot of space. And that, my friends, is what makes this car a must-have. All right, so let's close that. And I'm gonna show you quickly, you know, how to bring the seats down. So over here, there is a slight button right here. See that? Yeah. Now the seat's down. I like this. Now talk about quality. Yeah, this is really unnecessary, but of course, yeah, Porsche has to do the best for everything. That seat is very heavy. So yeah, imagine these 2 seats down with the space I just showed you guys. Now that's a lot of space for what this car offers. Pretty impressive. By the way, I noticed we are sitting right at the edge of 400 subscribers. That is huge for me. my next big milestone is 500 subscribers. So if you're watching the salvage review, the GTI Autoborn, and you just love the Porsche deep dive, hit the subscribe button right now. It's really gonna help, a regular guy like me to keep the garage moving. Let's hit that 500 milestone together. Thank you, guys. So guys, the last time I asked you guys if I should tune this car, a year later, I'm technically still on the fence on it. It's pretty fast. This car makes over 475 horsepower and close to 500 pound-feet of torque. Is that enough speed? Yes, for me it is. I daily drive this car. I'm not looking to go on a track or something like that. And the amount of speed I can get when it's tuned is close to 600 horsepower. Honestly, that's very tempting, but I want to keep this car as stock as possible. However, I also want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. Am I being too soft by keeping it stock, or not? I would like to hear what you guys think. Personally, I don't like tuning cars, taking it out from the stock. It might affect the value of the car. And given what Porsches are known for, sometimes the value might even be better when you leave it stock. So those are part of my thinking process when I thought about that. But again, like I said, I'm still on the fence on it. Maybe you guys can convince me to do that. So let me know what you think. So, any regrets? If I'm being 100% honest with you guys, the back seat space is the only thing that bugs me, in this car. You'd expect more leg room for adults in the back, but my kids are fine. I still have younger kids, so they can sit comfortably at the back. But for someone that is tall, yeah, that's definitely going to be not great, on a long drive. So given that, yeah, that's the only thing I can say probably that I do not personally like about this car. They could have actually extended the back space, but I mean, it is what it is. But would I trade it? No way. I'm not gonna trade this car. There's nothing out there better than this car. You definitely will feel the luxury in this car, the speed, the cargo space. It's very practical. Personally, it's really the ultimate one car garage solution if you're looking to get a car that you could basically consider as a practical car for your family. This car, I would definitely vote for this car for that. All right, guys, thank you for sticking around in my 1 year review of this car. This ride has been amazing ride for me. The Panamera GTS is a must-have, and I'm going to be keeping this car in the garage for a longer time. And don't forget, we still have exciting projects and coming up in the channel. The GTI Autoborn rebuild. There's some other cars that I will be buying in coming months. So this year is gonna be a great year. So if you haven't joined the crew, please join, subscribe, be a part of this project. Hit me up on the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely expecting your feedback if I should tune the car, the GTI also, if I should tune that one. I'm looking forward to the conversation about these cars. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Peace.